on News 5, a Cleveland mother is shot 5 times and left for dead, but there's one label she refuses to own.
I don't categorize myself as a victim. I say that I'm a survivor.
It's been more than 2 years since this survivor's brushed with death, and she's still fighting for justice, not from the person who pulled the trigger, but from the Ohio Attorney General's office. News 5's Homa Bash has her story.
Nice. Good job. Great job.
Shannon Richmond doesn't want to spend the rest of her life in a wheelchair. She shouldn't have to, after all.
It felt like a dream.
But the nightmare was just beginning. July 23rd, 2015. Shannon stopped to fill up her car at the gasway near West 106th and Bel Air in Cleveland. Suddenly, she was shot 5 times from behind. An innocent victim caught in the crossfire.
I got inside the EMS ambulance and I said, please don't let me die. I have 2 children.
She didn't die, but a bullet pierced her spinal cord, paralyzing her from the waist down. Doctors told her she would never walk again.
I really feel you pulling it good.
But step by step, Shannon is determined.
There you go. Work that leg, baby. Come on, right?
Through physical therapy, she has regained some feeling in her legs, saw a glimmer of hope that is now hanging in the balance. Shannon's attorney, Matthew Shaughnessy.
From the first day I met her, I knew that Shannon is a fighter.
Because now she's fighting for help to continue this specific type of physical therapy. Her claim for reimbursement from the Crime Victims Fund was just denied by the Ohio Attorney General's office.
There's a finite amount of money in the fund. It's not unlimited. And so the state legislature has written the standards for that.
In the denial, the AG's office writes, since you voluntarily chose to seek the services of a non-Ohio provider when such services were readily available with a local Ohio provider, we are unable to further consider your claim for these medical expenses.
It's very frustrating.
You see, Shannon is relearning how to walk at a facility in Florida. Says there's just no option like it in Ohio.
With these facilities, like these unique facilities, there's hope to walk again, even though there's no cure for a spinal cord injury.
They teach her to walk again, whereas physical therapy in Ohio, they teach her how to live in a wheelchair.
And for Shannon, a life bound by wheels is not a life she wants, not a life she deserves. So far, records show that Shannon has received less than $500 from that Crime Victims Fund. Let me be clear, this is not taxpayer money, it's money that comes from criminal fees. Victims are entitled to up to $50,000. Shannon and her attorney have filed for a reconsideration. The AG's office tells me a final decision will be made in the coming weeks. In Cleveland, Homa Bash, News 5.
And the shooter in Shannon's case was never caught. Police tell us they are still investigating.